What is another superficial use of ayahuasca? What is a superficial use of it?
Good question. I would think the intention, if the intention is superficial, that will be a superficial use of it. Meaning, like when I went into the retreat, I thought the medicine was going to show me how to become a millionaire. It's not how it works. No. You have to heal your heart before everything else. I would think that's it. Yeah.
Well, I was listening to an ayahuasca dialogue this morning, and the teacher was very adept with language and contextualizing his experiences of shamanic initiations, plural, over many years of time. And he was talking about the kind of psychic warfare that goes on inside oneself, and then also within the group, or between you and others. And that there's a sort of like a presentation of the collective unconscious that sort of shows up in the room. And he was talking about people calling on different deities or gods or animals for protection or for help. And he was that also integrity. But at one point I was wondering, was he creating perceptions of this great thing? Is that different than actually being transformed?
I don't know how to, I don't have that experience, so I can't say, but from what I know, from what I taught from that retreat, is when you're on ayahuasca, we are working with mama ayahuasca. We are working with that plant medicine. That plant medicine, all the divine God are connected. So during the ceremony, when we were drinking the plant medicine, we were thinking about our intention while we were drinking that plant medicine. To me, it was really simple that I was working with ayahuasca. And integrity is extremely important, as you said, because the medicine is so powerful. I think another way of not being authentic with a plant medicine would be, I want to overpower this medicine. I think this is how my experience with the medicine will evolve, which is not true. This medicine is very, very powerful. It knows exactly what you need to do. During the ceremony, definitely be grounded and respect the power of this medicine and respect the guidance from the shaman. Yeah.
Wonderful. I always gravitate towards a simpler approach, and maybe it's in some ways I've done so much complexity in my life. I'm kind of maturing. I see through some of it. Yeah, just you're calling the ayahuasca, the god in the plant, a she, like a teacher, a female. I've heard that before. Does it really feel like a female when you're being taught by the plant?
So what if she's a female, she's a tiger mom.
Tiger mom.
But yes, but what I learned is these plant medicine, they have their gender. Like ayahuasca is considered a feminine plant medicine. That's why it's called she. Did I know if she's a female? To me, she's very gentle. Okay, another thing I want to mention is how ayahuasca works with you is how your soul work with you. That's what we were told. So for me, this medicine has been very gentle. It showed me pictures. When it was tough, when I was thrown onto the ground, she didn't show me any violence or disgusting pictures. It was pitch black. I have no idea what happened. Afterwards, I felt better. I felt through the medicine, I felt the Mother Earth. I felt the moon goddess. I literally felt it. It's hard to describe. I know it may sound crazy to people, but I literally felt those planet and the energy from them. So everything happened to me during the ceremony, it felt like a female energy.
Wonderful. Well, you're amongst friends that can validate easily having intuitive experiences, and we don't think you're crazy. It's normal in some circles to have these intuitive experiences and to share, and that strengthens all of us. It makes us all feel more confident about testing out the subtle aspects of our own consciousness. I just realized that Terry wrote a few things down in our chat. I want to read it out loud to the group, just let it ruminate. So Terry says, we live in a duality paradigm, good and bad, hot and cold, day and night. Assimilating the shadow side is part of authentic healing. Anything we see in someone else that makes us snarl, we wouldn't even notice it if we didn't have that somewhere within ourselves. So it touches a nerve within us. That's very good, transformational bottom line. Whatever I see in someone else is a reflection of my own self. I'm only seeing an aspect of myself out here. In any given case, that's a tough transformation bottom line to own. Owning it instead of preaching it is another layer, a level of transformation work I'm still working on. But I know to make sure I'm practicing it more than saying it. The next thing Terry says is the ayahuasca experience brings you back to those practices of self, love, and care that one knew all along, but was neglecting. And that's so Terry's confirming what happened for Cissy. You're doing all these practices as you came back from that experience. Yeah, it's good to restate these things. These are the kind of things you have to state over and over again, because transformation to me is about vibrating in the truth with more dedication, or more completely vibrating in the truth, and doing whatever it takes to have that come to life, whatever is needed. So yeah, what comes to mind right now to say is everyone in our little group here can hold in mind our own possibility for transformation, to go to the highest vibration and to live that vibration out. We can all kind of hold that in mind. And I want to ask you to consider doing whatever it takes. Like, absolutely do whatever it takes. Do not wait to be a transformed person. And do not let anything get in your way. A spouse, a mother, a job. I mean, some people do radical things and quit their corporate job. Some people do what it takes in terms of 3 nights a week, go to a class that's about higher consciousness, and spend their weekends, writing a book on, something they love. So people approach that differently, but basically, I think that the attitude, doing whatever it takes, is a big one. And I think Cissy's done that. She did whatever it took. She went to Costa Rica, where it's legal. I know of a friend that did it with Native Americans, because Native Americans have their own religion, and it's legal within a religious setting in the United States.
You're right. Yes, I've heard of that too. Oh, and I do want to comment on what Terry said. It's so right. That's one of the lessons I learned during my ceremony, is about self-love. Before that, I've heard of the word, but I don't understand. Like, I got massage, I take care of my skin. What else is there to do? And during the ceremony, I realized that self-love is to speak to yourself kindly. During the ceremony, the medicine was always very gentle and kind to me. It never occurs to me. I thought when the medicine was going to show me who I have to become, it will show me some like gangster pictures, like how bad of a person I have been. No, it just showed me a DVD case of The Devil Wears Prada. Just like that, I got my message. Yeah, so these days when I curse myself in my head, I know that it's not my voice, it's somebody else's voice embedded in my head. So I can separate that from myself and be more gentle with myself, and be more kind and forgiven to myself.
And the way you're sharing, Cissy, is that these things we know that are kind of written in books are coming to life here. You're sharing from an actualized place, and that's I know, just miraculous that we have this opportunity right now. So I really I'd like to thank you for that, and I want to restate that for anybody that's watching or listening, there's transformation opportunities coming up. Like on Saturday night, I have a group, a channeling night at 7. Look at the meetups group that we have. It's Affinity Transformations Meetups group. I think we call it Affinity Group. And you can find that through my website at affinitytransformations.com. I wonder if I could state how to find Cissy's YouTube page for those who are watching on Facebook. How would we find that on the search, Cissy?
You can search Rising Awareness with Cissy Zhang. And I shared a link of my channel in the chat of the Zoom. Maybe you can copy that to the Facebook group.
Okay, if I'll put that on my Facebook page,
Okay.
so that anybody that's listening can just find it there.
Sounds good.
It's nice to find an enthusiastic person like you, Cissy, and thank you everybody for coming on. So this is kind of like the official end. So if you have to leave now, I really appreciate you. Bless you. I'll be sending blessings to everyone I know tonight, just as a thank you.